Hey, Insiders, we've got a very special guest joining us here today who's just recently graduated from our flagship course, LMA, which is the Life Mastery Achievers course. And he's going to be coming on here and just sharing how he honestly found this whole experience and everything else in between. So, I guess first questions first, just ask you if you could just tell us what your name is, where you're from, and what it is you currently do in your professional life at the moment.
My name's Jim Tierney. I'm from North Little Rock, Arkansas, and I'm retired Air National Guard, and I work for a lawn and pest company right now. I do that full time. So
Ah,
luckily, I had a day off because of the weather, so I was able to do this at home instead of on a phone sitting in a vehicle. So this worked out perfectly for me today.
fantastic. Well, thanks so much for coming on here, Jim, and thanks for coming on to share your experience with us. I guess going back to the start, I was just curious to know what would you say was the biggest challenge or problem you were facing in your life prior to joining the LMA course?
Um, I know they talk about motivation. I wrote some things down. I'll cover in a minute. I mean, it's very Tim kind of just nails it, just the way he expresses or just brings things to light. Just finding myself and having an inner peace of myself and just understanding why I'm feeling a certain way and just going through the different lessons and the weeks. It just kind of clarified things. It's something I have to go over more and more to really get a better understanding because it's like a book. It's like something I have to review pretty much. It's like going through the live seminar every going through a different season of LMA, just going through the different. I pick up something new each time and have to refresh myself because I get caught up in the day-to-day life and the rut and frustrations, and it's nice to have escape from that on a Sunday morning and to be able to reflect and just kind of just dive into what everybody's doing because we're all on the same page, when we're in the courses. We all got our own lives and things going on around us. So it's
Yeah.
something it just gives me he just gives me that, you know, free time and flexibility and just inner peace, I guess. And
Yeah. And how long was it prior to joining LMA? How long were you consciously feeling those feelings that you just shared with me there now? How long have you been consciously feeling that way before LMA?
it's probably most of my life. I mean, as a teenager, I went to therapy, and in my 40s and 50s, I went to therapy. Just I guess I was on antidepressants at one point, but I got off of it, and I feel like I'm just masking something. I don't feel like I'm not totally depressed. I know I use escape with alcohol and drinking, watching TV, binge watching, and I cut back on that a lot. I don't even drink that much anymore. I mean, it's just the idea. I'm trying to refocus on things like reading more. And I know it's easy to get caught in watching Netflix and TV and just, just kind of doing the typical things after work to unwind. But it's, I guess, learning how to be uncomfortable, and because being comfortable all the time I don't grow anywhere, and I don't get anywhere with that. But it's like when Tim talks about being in the pool of pee, or piss, it's
Yeah.
just that warm, comfortable feeling. And I just like the way he uses his analogies are pretty cool on that. And the idea, I know I got to make a change and do something that's uncomfortable if I want to go anywhere. And that's just, I got to start. I don't want to regret not doing anything. And I know it's a lot. I don't want to sound like I'm rambling here. I'm just trying to.
All good. All good. Appreciate the honesty and openness, man, and very much respect it. I was just going to ask you, what was your main concern that may have prevented you from buying the LMA program? And if so, like if that, whatever that concern was, how did you put it to one side and put your fears to rest and pursue and sign up to the LMA program?
Well, I'm not sure how much it was concerned because I've done other courses or read books and listened to tapes, some kind of condition a little bit to it. But I just felt when I was listening to him on a YouTube, I just something just came out. I mean, you get that gut feeling with somebody. They just speak from the heart. They sound more genuine. They don't sound like just some author just trying to promote a book. Or I just I guess he's had a similar journey, or just he just speaks in layman terms where I can understand. And it just, I think he's able to relate to a lot of people. And I just kind of had that gut feeling, just the way he sounded and talked. Of course, I know he's got a cool accent and everything, but just the way he expressed himself, and I just got it into his free, 3 day, I guess, free introductory, and
Went from there.
it's been over 2 years ago, and I just been just kind of following it on my own with the lessons, and then just doing the live, and so it's just a process. And
From there, then, like you shared there, that you have done some other courses prior and read some books. What was different about this LMA program that you hadn't found in previous programs?
I guess he kind of narrows things down. Uh, I guess when it's different on a video, watching it, he just kind of, I just wrote some phrases that, I like to go over. He talks about that term. I already know that, it's just, we think we know everything, but unless we're doing something, we don't really know it. But I mean, I could have heard similar things before from other people that sound like what he's saying, but I'm not. It's like, okay, I already know that. It's easy to dismiss it and just put it off. But I realize it's, unless I'm really, doing it or working on it, it's just reading about it, not really putting it in practice. And I love what he says about don't aim for perfection, aim for better than yesterday. I'm just kind of paraphrasing, but I like that part because I feel like I'm not having to be perfect, even when I'm doing a video with the challengers. I just feel still nervous about it because it's hard. It's easier talking to you when I'm looking at you. Well, when I'm looking at a lens, it's awkward because I feel like I can't. I just feel like a deer in headlights on. It's just a weird
Yeah.
feeling. Um, and investing in myself, which Warren Buffett talked about, which I bought books and things. So I think a lot of people, I don't know if they understand about investing in themselves. They just want to invest in things and don't wait to feel motivated, take action. That day may never come. I just kind of paraphrase that, but I guess it makes sense because if I'm going to wait till I'm motivated to do something, I'm not going to do anything. It's
Yeah.
even like going to the gym, or I'm going to wait for I feel perfect or good to get started. And that's just another way of being uncomfortable. And it's hard for me sometimes. I got to remind myself to do it, which, I struggle still with that sometimes.
Well, thanks for your honesty, man. Really do appreciate it. It's very courageous for you to share that and to be open and honest about that, right? What surprised you the most about the LMA experience, or what made you the happiest throughout this program?
I know it's connecting with some people, but I guess just doing the lessons or just doing some of the work or getting out, doing the videos or some of them. And it's just the process of getting up. I mean, when they do the live on Sunday, just something to look forward to in the morning. I know part of me don't want to get out of bed, but I realize yeah, I need that structure just to get up and do it. And
Good.
I know it's easy to sleep in and not do it. And
Yeah.
it gives me something out of the ordinary rather than just watching news or something. It just that gives me that 4 hours of just that pleasure, just to get my day off to a good start. And that's what that kind of did for
Wonderful.
me.
What would you say is the biggest shift that's happened for you in your life before LMA until this point now? What would you say has been the biggest shift or turnaround that's happened for you?
Um, well, I guess the different things, just how I'm thinking or feeling inside. I don't let things bother me like they used to, or take things as personal. Um, some things still frustrate me. Somebody drives in front of me, on the road, but I don't react, or I don't I don't replay things in my head as much to just upset myself, or like I guess they talk about nothing lives in your mind rent free, or just a similar term,
Mm.
just to have that inner peace, and just kind of know who I am, and more being who I'm supposed to be myself. I'm still a work in progress, but I'm not a total mess for if I did nothing, and I just either just masking, just drinking a lot, or just watching TV or escaping, and just I'm not really resolving anything, and I want to get some of the joy back in my life, like playing guitar and doing things, and just there's days I just don't feel like it. I just want to feel the joy and just of doing something, even
Yeah.
reading, or not just trying to think too much about it. I think it's just taking the action and little things just to help me on that.
Beautiful. Nice. And then how would you summarize Tim as a teacher or a facilitator or a trainer? What would you say about Tim?
Well, I guess he's has similar experiences. I guess he was introverted, or he's gone through his, I guess, a rough childhood or past growing up, and I guess he came from that lifestyle or experience. He didn't just read about it and started teaching it. I guess he decided to work on himself and then help other people, and maybe that was his calling to do that. And obviously it is his calling to do that. And I guess I was meant to find this course, or it's just out of YouTube or something. I just just surfing the internet, and it just something came along, and I just started listening to what he was saying. And I guess things find you when you look hard enough.
Yeah. Thanks for sharing, man. And I guess final question, just from your perspective, what advice would you give to someone who might be on the fence about joining LMA? Like they really want to change their life, but they haven't stepped forward in faith yet and made that decision. What would you say to those people who are thinking about it, thinking about changing their life?
Well, I guess take the first step, either, and I know we've got YouTube videos or something you could just watch, or just, I guess they have to have a desire to want to change first and be able to just, yeah, there's nothing to lose really. Just go ahead and just take that first step, I guess, and